I realized that we are all raised different. Like, it's crazy. It's really crazy. From my father's generation, from my generation, to my kids' generation, we are all raised different. And basically what I'm talking about is I wasn't raised that way. So the things that you go through in life, I didn't go through in life. When y'all have manners, I didn't have manners. You know, I'm from Newark, New Jersey, living in South Carolina. So it's a big difference now. Like, it's a way big difference. And I'm going to explain it to you. So when I was living in New Jersey, right, you wanted something, you asked for it. You know, you just say, hey, Ma, can I get this, get that? When you down in the South, they talking about, ma'am, can I get this and get that? Yes, ma'am. No, sir. Like, I felt like that was like a slave mentality down here in the South. That's how I feel like. And I was like, man, you'll never catch me saying no stuff like that. Because I wasn't raised that way. But the more I stayed down here, the more I adapted. And out of nowhere, like, if I wanted to get somebody's attention that I didn't know, just out of the kindness of my heart, I would say, excuse me, sir, or excuse me, ma'am. Like, it came out of nowhere. Like, I don't say that stuff. Like, if we wanted somebody's attention, we just tap them on the shoulder in New Jersey or something like that. You know, we'd be like, yo, what's up? Like, it's other ways we did it. So what I'm learning is the communication, the manners, and the respect. When I first came down here, I'm walking down the street, minding my own business. Just minding my own business. Next thing I know, people beeping the horn, they waving at me, and I'm just like, hey, what's up? Like, what's the business? Like, I'm on go. And it's not even that. It's just hospitality. They just showing me hospitality, and a couple people had to explain that to me. I'm like, I'm not used to that. Like, somebody waving at me and beeping the horn, it's like, you have to be on go. You have to be ready. You have to pay attention. Like, don't get caught lacking, pretty much. So I had to adapt. I had to adapt because people's friendliness down here in South Carolina can sometimes be a good thing and a bad thing. Because you can tell when they really, like, genuinely friend. You feel what I'm saying? A genuinely friend. But they could be up to no good. They'll laugh in your face, talk about you behind your back. And that's like we're everywhere, but the more I notice it, the more I pick up on things. Like, another thing, when you're in New Jersey, right, or up north, and you know a lot of people smoke, same thing down here, but see, we got different codes to things that you gotta watch out. So this video is basically, you know, just be more alert of your surroundings. That's what this video is about, being more alert of your surroundings. One thing I noticed, if somebody asks you for a cigarette lighter, majority of the time, people already, if you smoke and you contribute to your habit, majority of the time you have a lighter. You have a lighter. So I noticed in New Jersey, I can only speak from where I'm from. They'll ask you for a cigarette lighter. Time you look down to get that cigarette lighter, you getting robbed. Point blank period. You're getting robbed. Now, it might be a different skin color, who knows, but we just know the codes. If somebody asks you for a cigarette lighter and you know you ain't got one, don't even tap your pockets thinking you got one. If you just know you don't got one, just, I don't smoke. Even if you do smoke, just say I don't smoke. It'll prevent things, because then they'll just walk away. But by you looking for it, first thing you just did was take your attention off that person. So now you like, oh man, I forgot where I put the cigarette lighter. Next thing you know, you look up, you getting robbed. And it's always a group of people that asks you, do you smoke? Now, you mean to tell me, out of all of y'all that smoke, none of y'all got a lighter? Like, none of y'all got a lighter. Fancy chains, watches, rings, and none of y'all got a lighter? And y'all wearing, like, ski masks. COVID over with. And y'all ain't got no lighter? Hey, that's just my thoughts on that. It's just my thoughts. But it happened to me the other day. I'm mail carrier, group of guys, and they asked me, did I have a lighter? My first instinct, yo, they about to try to rob the mailman. So I pretty much told them, I knew I ain't had no lighter, but I'm like, nah, I don't smoke. I don't smoke. I could have said, neither should you, but that ain't my business. I just say, nah, I don't smoke. You know, that's it. And I keep it moving. And I could tell they was mad. So they seen another guy walking up the street, and I knew they was going to stop him. I just said, why should they stop him and ask him for a cigarette lighter? And they did. And when they did, what he do? Take his attention off of them looking for the lighter. They didn't rob him, though. They actually really needed a lighter. So he gave it to him. And he ain't even stayed for it. He just walked off. Like, that's your lighter. You could have got it back, but he probably was like, you know what? I got more at the crib or something. Take that. So these are just signs of being aware. Every situation is different. You feel what I'm saying? Every situation is different. Another way to watch out for your surroundings, when you're walking up and down that street, take a chance to look back. That person that just walked past you, you don't have to always look back like real fast, but get at least a nice bit of distance and then look back just to see, you know, what that person doing. Because I had a situation. I was walking down the street in New Jersey, and the person walked past me and kept on going, but my instinct said turn around. So when I turned around, he already stopped and he watching me walking. And I asked him, was there a problem? And he was like, oh, nah, you look familiar. I'm like, okay. And I just kept it walking. Another thing you want to do is, it's not being afraid of nobody, or just always make contact when you walking past this person. You know, you always want to make contact with a person. Don't have your head down. Don't be looking around. Don't try to avoid contact. Always make contact with the person to let you know that, look, I ain't with the foolishness. You feel what I'm saying? Like, just be alert. Always be alert and look out for your surroundings. Because when you don't make contact with that person, and if you try to avoid them, like a lot of people that's not our color, they have tried to avoid the situation. I'm walking down the street, they walking down the street, and what they see me coming, and what they do, walk across the street. Like, we could share the sidewalk, people. We could share the sidewalk. It's different from being up north and being down south. Down south, I don't have them type of issues, but up north, I did have them type of issues, and it's crazy. You gotta be alert, and you gotta be aware. But what I realized, the way I was raised up north helped me to adapt down here in the south. It helped me out so much, and I appreciated it. I really do. It ain't about being hood and being tough. It ain't about none of that. It's just being aware of your surroundings. Even when you're driving some places, and I do this all the time. I'll be driving somewhere and the GPS will go out. Now I forgot how to get to this place. So now it's best to sometimes not use the GPS. Try to use some memory on your train of thought. Like if you got to go to Food Line or something like that, try to remember where Food Line is at without the GPS, because technology drops at any moment. And you out there trying to find Food Line and get lost. So try to, when you do it, use the GPS. The next time, try not to use the GPS. Just try to go off of your train of thought and see exactly where that place is at. But like I said, this video is about just being aware of your surroundings. I understand some of us wasn't raised like that. That's why I said I wasn't raised like that. I had to learn. I had to learn manners, you know. With my father's generation, I kid you not, I never heard my father say, "Hey, Mom." He always called his mother by her name. even his siblings did the same thing. Let me try that. I didn't try that. I never tried that. But what I'm saying, like, our generation is different. Like, my kids know they can't call me by my first name. I'm not playing that. I'm daddy. That's what I am. That's what you know me as. Like, it's just what it is. I don't even know how my father got away with that. Like, my father, my aunt, like, they all got away with that. They all got away with that. I couldn't get away with that. You know, I say grandma. Like, that's what I do. I always say grandma. But it's crazy how everybody was just raised different. And I don't even see it as a sign of disrespect. It's just how my father was raised and how he raised us, you know? And I just couldn't figure that one out. I just couldn't figure that out. And I think he told me before, I just can't remember, but I don't know. It's just people raised different. But that's my time. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend. The Ty Skills must be tripping.